This video will describe the registration process for the New York State Grants Gateway system. Registration is required for all organization types and must be completed before working in the Grants Gateway. The registration process involves filling out a registration form and mailing it along with an organizational chart to the Grants Gateway office in Albany. Each organization is required to have an ID with SFS, the statewide financial system. So those organizations that do not yet have an SFS ID are also required to fill out and submit a substitute W-9 form. The registration form can be found in two locations. First, here at the Grants Reform website at grantsreform.ny.gov on the Grantees tab. Click on the Grantees tab and you will find in the Quick Links section the registration form for administrator. Click on that to download the PDF. The other location is on the Grant Opportunity portal at grantsgateway.ny.gov. Scroll down from the main page and click on the Request Access Now link in the registration section. On this page, you can find the registration form in the link here in item number 2. Before you do that, notice that you can verify your SFS vendor ID. Typing in your SFS vendor ID in this field and clicking the Verify button will allow you to determine if your organization is already signed up in the Grants Gateway system. If your organization does not yet have an SFS vendor ID, click on the Substitute W-9 form and fill this form out. Include this with your registration form. The registration form is a 2-page PDF, with the first page being the form information that you must fill out, and the second page listing the instructions. On the first page, start with the organization information. Fill out the legal name, DBA name, federal ID number, and SFS vendor ID if one exists already, and include the DUNS number if applicable, street address, city, state, and zip code. You must then select the organization type. In this case, I am checking not-for-profit. The next section, you will fill out your administrator's name. There are 2 delegated administrators you can add. Start with their last name, first name. You must include their title, phone number, and email. These users will be able to manage your Grants Gateway account, which includes adding and editing other users and updating and submitting the document vault. The head of your organization must then sign the authorization section, fill out their information here, including their title and email address, and ensure that it is signed and dated. At the bottom of this page, the document must be acknowledged and completed by a notary public. Again, fill out the information requested here, ensure that the notary public signs it, and affixes their stamp. As mentioned before, the second page includes instructions, and scrolling to the bottom, you will find the mailing address for the Grants Gateway office. Mail the registration form to NYS Grants Reform, 99 Washington Avenue, Suite 1500, Albany, New York, 12210. Remember to include an organization chart that shows the head of your organization. A sample organization chart can be found here in the quick links on the grantsreform.ny.gov website. And again, if you are a new vendor and do not yet have an SFS ID, include a completed copy of the Substitute W-9 form along with this mailed-in submission. Email questions can be sent to grantsreform@its.ny.gov. Once the Grants Reform office has received your registration form and the SFS ID, the registration only takes a few minutes for the office to enter into the system. Your 2 grantee delegated administrators will each receive 2 separate emails. One email will include the username. In this case, it is HAaron1. Although it is sent with capital letters, don't worry, the username is not case sensitive. The second email will include the temporary password. Note you can copy and paste the password, but ensure that you do not accidentally copy the blank space after the last digit. If you were to copy this blank space and paste it into the login form, the system would see it as an incorrect password and potentially lock you out of the system. Lockouts last 15 minutes, so if you are locked out of the system because you've entered in a password wrong 3 times, give it 15 minutes and the lockout will reset. To log in, go back to the Grants Gateway website and click on the Grants Gateway login button in the top left. type in the username and the password that was provided to you and click the login button. When you first log in, the system will give you a message that you must change your password the first time you log into the system. Scroll down to the bottom and type in your password. Then hit the save button on the blue bar. Notice the blue bar follows you as you scroll down. Once you have saved your password, you will get a user information alert, and you will now be able to work on your organization page. Click on the organization button. Notice that your organization page will have a page error because this page must be filled out before you can do anything else in the system. Scroll down and notice the red asterisks. These are required fields that must be filled out. The information that must be filled out include the phone number, the charity's registration number, the organization's fiscal year end date. Notice this is month, day, no years required here. Your current operating budget, the number of full-time staff, number of part-time staff, number of volunteers, and your mission statement. At the bottom of the page, you must select the state agency you'll be working with the most. Select the agency, and now you can click the Save button at the top of the window. If you miss a required field, in this case such as the operating budget, and hit the Save button, you will see a page error, and you must complete that field and resave for the error to go away. When you have completed the organization information page, hit the Save button to save your changes. Note that once we've saved our information, the Document Vault link is now available. The grantee delegated administrator can now work on the Document Vault, and that procedure is covered in another video.